What Donald Trump's latest speech suggests about how his presidency will go? What was your immediate reaction?
Some are, I think, traditional Republican views. Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Michael Waltz for National Security Advisor. I'm a little troubled by their views on Ukraine, but really it's Trump's views that will dominate, and I'm concerned about them too. But then on the other hand, the nominations of Tulsi Gabbard to be Director of National Intelligence and Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General are two of the worst cabinet nominations in American history. These are not serious people. It's a real sign that even after 4 years as president, Trump still doesn't understand what it takes to run a government.
Given that Donald Trump also won full control of Congress, are there any guardrails left anymore to balance Trump's absolute power?
Well, we'll see how the Senate handles the Matt Gaetz and Tulsi Gabbard negotiations. I personally believe Republicans should vote to reject them. I don't think they're qualified. I don't think they should hold those very sensitive jobs. I wouldn't count on the Senate and the House not fulfilling their traditional responsibility under our system of separated powers, not necessarily to go along reflexively with what Trump wants.
So what do you worry the most?
He doesn't have a philosophy, certainly not on national security. He doesn't do policy analysis, and all seen through the prism of how does this benefit Donald Trump. He can't tell the difference between his own personal interest and the national interest.
And how do you expect that he will treat NATO and Europe?
On Ukraine, I'm very worried where that's going to come out. I think we could end up with a settlement that's very favorable to Russia. And as I describe in my book, he came very close to withdrawing from NATO in his first term. He still hasn't said anything good about the alliance.
Is it a possibility now that he withdraws the United States from NATO?
Well, it would be a catastrophe if he withdrew the United States from NATO. But because he doesn't understand collective defense alliances, he doesn't understand the U.S. benefits from NATO. The way Trump sees it is the United States is defending Europe. We get nothing out of it, and Europe doesn't pay. So what's the point of the alliance? He believed that in his first term, and every evidence I see is that he believes it in the second term. That's very troubling for NATO.